everybody, and welcome to my channel, Water Lily 48. Today, we are talking with my friend, Patty.
Hi there.
And today, we're going to be talking about a few things, including energies in the water.
Yes, we are. I'm very, very excited. Thank you so much for giving me this experience and platform that I can express what I have felt, what I have seen, what I have experienced. And for me, it's very important that we have to talk our truth and share our reality, really. So yes, I've done a few classes, and I'm certified in Raymond Grace, and he was one of my teachers. And we do pendulum, and it's all intention with the pendulum. And what I've learned, basically the allowance of even this, that, wow, this is actually allowed, this is a thing, is huge. So that's like the first step that I started my spiritual evolution in. And so water to me became very profound because I started doing healings in water. So basically what I was doing was transmuting negative, whatever that was in my pool. So I started doing my energy work. And when I went into the pool, literally it felt like silk. It felt different. And my whole intention was just to have the water become healing and transmuting and having a transmutation ability. And of course, I always call in the spirit of water, and it definitely felt different. So me and you went to the beach one time, and it definitely was a wonderful afternoon. We were just on a mission of whatever was going to happen was going to happen. Right?
Exactly.
We walked onto the beach. We were really happy. We walked on the beach, and we definitely had a connection there, and it turned into a little like we were playing with the sand, looking at the water, and then we started making hearts in the sand, and then you started going and getting shells, and then all of a sudden behind us, this I guess funeral was going on, and they were making a gigantic heart. So I started making a little heart. You made a bigger, or you made something else, but you were collecting the shells. And then we started noticing that these other women started doing the shells. So this was a fun time that me and you had that day, which was amazing. But I wanted to say that in the summertime, what I started doing, going to the beach with my kids, I started really settling into the water. And then I guess, we all have our own specialties. And I always say, like, we're all a piece of the puzzle and we all learn together. Like I level up because you level me up, and then I level you up. And then you're like,
exactly.
Oh my God.
It's
right.
This exchange.
It's a beautiful exchange. And so I just started like doing a tornado, and asking for my team to come in and really being strong. And I actually felt laughter within me in the water, and I just started like hearing and feeling this childlike laughter, and I just let it go, which I was like, yeah, this is actually really good. And then I was like, literally, I was so in the zone that when I looked far out, I swear that I saw a mermaid jump, flipping. I really did. I was like, holy, that was just so beautiful. You know me, I'm more galactic. So I like to think that I'm like more galactic. I look more further out, planetary. I already did a little more astral walking on Saturn and things like that. When I left the water that day, I actually felt that I could open my third eye and see dimensional, right? Because you know what? The more work, the more you want, the more you call in, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you get more stuff. And
Exactly.
yeah. And so I actually felt that the there was this energetic, beautiful, like, I don't know if it could be an octopus shaped touching the water. So I felt like I saw another level, maybe like a 7-dimensional. This is what I'm feeling, 7-dimensional ship just above the water like this. And I was like, okay, am I really looking at this? I'm not really sure. But when I see things move, so I actually saw in the center of it right here, beaming down something. So I was actually watching a movie like this is happening and then this is happening. And in myself, I always say, okay, go on, show me more, show me more, show me more. And if you're afraid of it, then it shuts off. So if you allow it, then it's always is good. So you're not afraid, you're not, So definitely I started seeing like faces of ETs, let's just call it that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, they look like grays, but knowing more, grays are just kind of like robotic, sentient beings,
Yeah. Very
and they're
much a
kind of
hive
workers.
mind kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's my beautiful experience with water. Oh, and there's much more, but we can always talk. Tell me about you.
Yeah, so we went to the beach. We're having a good time. We're just going to be like, okay, let's go to the beach. Let's have some fun. Maybe we'll get stuff when we go there because Patty was sharing her experiences with me about all of what she was experiencing at the beach. I'm like, okay, okay. If anything happens, cool. If anything doesn't, we're still going to have a fun beach day. All right. We're picking up stuff in the car as per usual. Like, we're getting each other's spirit guides and spirit team. And we're just giving each other the messages that need to be said. We get to
I
the
think
beach.
Julia was there. Remember you were channeling
Yeah,
Julia?
exactly. That was incredible meeting her too. But I didn't really like, and you were meeting my guides too. Like, you were channeling my one. I'm not going to name him on here just for reasons. And like, there was all this beautiful communication going on. We're getting clear answers throughout the day. We're enjoying the beach. We get to the and we made a pit stop to see our friends at the one witch shop that I
Never
knew
been
of.
there. So much fun. Beautiful.
Exactly. Like, we were
Herbs.
going to be like, this is going to be a good day. This is going to be a fun spiritual day. Whatever happens is going to happen. And boy, did stuff happen.
Did it ever? Wow.
We get to the beach. We're starting like standing in the water. We're meditating. We're not thinking we're going to see anything. And all of a sudden, like, Mary is there standing on the rocks. You saw an ET, right? Describe that ET.
I feel like I saw a big, huge being. It was this long, big being. It was just, I felt angelic or high dimensional. That was really beautiful and warm. Like you could just feel that warmth in your skin.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Hmm.
I wasn't getting that as much, but I was definitely getting Mary as somebody else.
You were right.
And I just saw a feather here, so there's lots of confirmation there right now.
Love
Floating
it.
in front of my face just now. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Um, we're at the beach. We're seeing Mary. We're seeing this being, and all of a sudden we're looking at the water. Now, when I go to the beach, I'm usually thinking about the beach, the water, and all of a sudden, like through my third eye, I see this triangle. Now
Yeah.
I'll put it up in the video right here. I see like this purple outline of a triangle, like really, really light, like really far away in the ocean. And through that, I am seeing
Another
what looks like
realm.
the Swiss Alps, kind of like almost like. And
Mhm.
I keep getting like Heidi from
Yeah, I remember
that
that.
Shirley Temple movie, and like I'm seeing
Yeah.
like the bits of that I remember while I'm like trying to analyze this triangle.
So,
And
mhm.
yeah, you were saying something?
So do you think because of what was happening, maybe that person that that crossed over maybe was manifesting that or no? What do you,
No,
oh,
just because that was confirmation of me that yeah, that looked like that place.
oh, okay.
And it could have been the Swiss Alps. I'm not entirely sure, but it sure as heck looked like that.
Yeah, because I didn't see that and you got a massive boom. Yours was massive.
Yeah, and sometimes like I'll get visuals, sometimes I
Yeah.
don't get visuals. Like it honestly depends on what spirit or whoever is trying to come through in the exact moment when you need it to come through.
Yeah.
And based on these energies, like I've been
Mhm.
noticing,
With the water.
besides this huge portal, there's also been a lot of riptides recently, this whole summer, and we were there in September
Yeah.
of 2021, and there were still big waves happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And that, plus the portal, plus all of the energies coming through, like even we had like our spirit teams, we had angels coming through because Raphael was there, Michael was there for sure, we had Mary, we
Hmm.
had dragons, like we
Oh
we
my
had
God.
like so many things
Oh
just
yeah.
coming through.
We had we had such an amazing day that it was just meant to be for us to be there that
Yeah,
day because
exactly.
we literally walked, we helped that beautiful man
Hmm.
go, we helped his family. You helped them
Yeah,
immensely. You were like, I don't have that ability, you do. So you were just in such a perfect timing to say, look, he actually is going now. That light that we took that picture. Do you remember the picture that we took?
yeah.
And you're like,
I'll
that's
post
where
it
he went.
here in the video.
That picture. It was sick. It was
It
beautiful.
was, and for a lot of things were happening at the perfect fine timing, but a lot was happening. Now, there's a theory of why I believe this all was
Hmm.
happening. So, I don't know if any of you guys out there have heard of the arcs that they're finding in the Antarctic, the Atlantic Ocean, and even off planet.
Hmm.
The one in the Atlantic Ocean.
So first explain what the arcs are.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to edit this. The arcs are basically housing parts of lost civilizations that are meant to be found and utilized to help humans on Terra, Earth later on. Parts of civilizations, animals, plant life, crystals, different beings, etc. And these arcs are lined with crystals and phosphorescent algae, I believe. And crystals in water alone.
Oh my
It
God.
is called
Everybody, Everybody that's listening to this, water is also a being. Believe it or not, water is a being.
Water is a being, and also the crystals in water translates its structure and information to the water, which is what Dan Willis, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, he does exopolitics. He calls it angular harmonic resonance.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes so much sense. So you have this AI sentient ship slowly waking up, partially because of our love, getting to a higher frequency of love in general for people of Terra. And you have that ship's energy, plus the energy from the crystals, plus it being in a large body of water. That's going to create a lot of energy, good energy. So Patty just pulled a card and it says power. Tell us a little bit about this card.
And I also pulled this one. This is the basic chakra. So doing all these things will connect with your chakra and it will give more power.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And
you have the purple and then the red.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So with this angular harmonic resonance, that's creating a lot of things, and it's this arc is very much what Patty and I both got within the past night, and that it was a gold mine of information about resonance.
Yes, we did. I literally was trying to remote view it, but what I did was I remote viewed what that meant. So basically what we can do is we can write down what we want, and when we put our pen to it, our consciousness will go and get what you're asking for. So with this was her, so I connected and I got the same message, which was a gold mine. So it's confirmation that we are both tapping into a good thing.
And with the arc too, right now it's in sleep mode, but its consciousness was tapping into the spot you were saying, like where we were, or you were tapping into it? Because I know you were.
I was tapping into it.
Okay.
Because yeah, you asked me, then my consciousness went to see what it was, and it was the same thing, like a gold mine, what you got and what I got.
Awesome. And also you were saying that we all have the godlike essence to enter at all times. And today I was picking up stuff from Source, and that was definitely what I was getting. It's basically going within and putting your ego aside, because on the higher densities, like ego does not exist. It's bye-bye. But
neutrality.
Having very much neutrality. It's positivity and good emotions, good intentions, but it's also just being centered in yourself, within yourself, purest version of yourself, and just feeling from within. Just don't be afraid with this.
Kind of just being still, It's kind of like we can enter with our rainbow colors of, anything, but just nothing, really nothing, just going in neutral, being very neutral, and never to forget that it's only for the highest best, because we're not going to get anywhere with anything else.
exactly. You gotta be true to yourself, true to what's right, you know?
Yeah.
Just going, and you also said to go with
And
will, want, and direction, and a clear vision to activate more positivity and neutrality, like we just mentioned.
this is, I just pulled this card. I pulled a card and it said shadow. So don't bring your shadow in, right?
Mm-hmm.
No need. And I asked, like, what's the message? Don't do the shadow. Like, the shadow is going to be there. Just be very neutral. Be like with this smile. Look at it and look at just, it has to be neutral when you're going in there.
Yeah, just definitely, definitely for sure. Like this is a
Neutral.
benefit. You got to be neutral because good things are happening with this, and the, getting more into that higher love frequency, positive neutrality, you're going to be able to access so many more gifts, both physically, spiritually, and whatever, just from the universe, multiverse.
And this is the passion ignite. And one, you will ignite because you'll see the difference. You'll your passion, your flame will, like, wow, I this happened, right?
Yeah. And my
So
screen definitely got brighter on Zoom. Like, it's
nice.
not showing it
Ooh,
to me. Hold on. Yeah, it got a lot brighter on Zoom.
wow.
That's pretty cool. Because I'm also recording me on my phone camera just in case.
Yeah, good.
Just see, I think, but honestly, with all of this ARC information, it's also a good teacher. It's teaching us not only about a history that was maybe lost to us, but it's also teaching us a lot of new things that we can harness. And it's definitely showing us about the power of crystals, about the power of going within ourselves and just being that oneness, that ocean within the drop. Because honestly, that is part of source energy right there. Like we are all source having an experience. Even the people that yell at you, yeah, okay, they're source too. They just want to experience that for a bit. And there's definitely polarity in the 3D consciousness, but once we evolve with love, we can get so much higher. Get so much higher. It's
So much
incredible.
higher. It's almost like you understand more. You come to your life where you're like, everything's so stressful, everything's so hard. But once you start to learn how to process and release, you can do things better without having things hold you back. You can be clear, you're like, oh my gosh, can somebody please forgive me for everything that I've done? And the point is that these arcs are there with so much information, or that, like, we also have within us too, right? Do you think?
Yeah. Like a lot of that information is already there within us. We just got to tap into it. Sometimes, like, you might not remember it instantly, but you might get bits and flashes from watching certain people on YouTube or Rumble that are going through similar, like they're sharing the frequencies. Because honestly, frequency is just all part of it. Like like gravity is a and density is a frequency in itself. It's just a different form than what we know. Fre-
Mhm.
frequency, like we all have our own frequencies. We are able to change it here and there. And I just saw another feather. That's awesome. I am seeing feathers, and that is awesome. but even like our voice, like our tone,
Yeah.
like throat chakra, like we're definitely utilizing that throat chakra tonight, but we're going at it from a place of love and just
Neutrality.
neutrality. Yeah, I know. I'm not as neutral as I'd like to be, just because I'm so excited to share this. So maybe I have to tone it down a little bit, but I'm still trying to go at it from a place of love, because it's like, hey, look at this. This is awesome. You can experience this too. This is definitely the Pacific Ocean, though, because it is a lot bluer than the Atlantic.
Oh,
Because
it's
the
beautiful.
Atlantic has like a greener hue to it. Only when
Yeah.
you go down to more of Aruba does it get a little bit
Darker blue or green?
it's it's a little bit bluer and it's a little bit clearer,
Mm.
but
I think it's
the
pure.
well, yeah, I mean,
It's
also
gonna be
it's not
cleaner.
hiding anything in there too. You got to keep that in mind.
Let me tell you, some good stuff around here that
There's,
we don't know about.
yeah, but honestly, like it's just confirmation all of the energies in the water that are out there. Like there's always like lots of spirits drawn to water just because water is such a superconductor anyway. It draws in
Mhm.
power because it emits power. It also is just it has memory. Yeah, water helps everybody, including sweet little doggos. It's very much a life essence, and it's very much, it's not just on the here on Earth, it's also like in the stars. Like different planets have water. It's a way we all need water at some point.
The
Maybe it's
way,
not as much the higher up density wise you go, but like we all need water.
yeah, I
Water
think,
is,
it's very interesting. Do you think that the planets are all 3D? They have to be all 3D if we see them.
well, it's, yeah, I
Interesting.
think there's like different densities to planets just because,
I agree. Gases.
yeah, because
Mm,
there's obviously like 2D things.
yeah.
There's 3D for sure, which is more of just the structure, and then there's still different things like there you've got different beings that are like fourth dimensional, like still within the space of the planet, or like offshoots of fourth. Yeah, I just got another feather. Another one. Okay. And like higher, and then there's different beings that live on different densities. Like I know like there are different things on different dimensions, and it's all part of the planet. Is But definitely water helps connect the bridge for sure.
I've heard that the first beings in these realms were fire, water, earth, and gas. They were the main beings of this galaxy, and they were the beings, and planets were made of all of these parts. Some planets are just made with fire, some planets are just made whatever. Ours here was made with water and earth. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, for sure.
So we definitely had an amazing time with the water. I definitely have seen wonderful things when I go to the beach and I meditate. I make sure that I just connect with the higher realms. Just, allow myself to just my knowing to come through And I'm always in a good mood, so I know something's gonna go through because I don't allow anything else not to. So they know better. So I always put out my, it's like, don't even try. I'm not gonna tolerate whatever. It's all in fun and it's all in good. And then you get more. Like there's no reason not to. It's our birthright to do this, but we just don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely it is our birthright, and that's so cool how we're all a part of this. We're all on, like, all experiencing this together, and we're going forward, and we're all waking up even at different times, but there's still that love that connects us and helps us through this. But we're all going through this together, and we're all here together. We're all here with love, and we're all at that different levels, and sometimes, like, we're still learning stuff and from each other, and it's
I think it's an infinite journey.
exactly, and we're all, it's a journey, and we're all attuning our
Experiencing.
frequencies accordingly. Exactly, and we're all, it's a journey, and we're all attuning our
Experiencing.
frequencies accordingly.
That's right. And it's up to us now to share and to have fun and to connect, because that's our job. We have to connect to each other and respect each other for our experiences. We're not crazy. The energies are rising and people are definitely, searching. So many people are seekers. That's what they're calling seekers. They're seeking. They want to learn. Where's my teacher? I want somebody to teach me. Who am I? Crack me open. I want to know.
Exactly, and that's why we're here. We're still going through journeys too. Don't get us wrong. This is what we
Mhm.
know. This is what we can share with you, and, like, here you go. Obviously, we
Yeah.
all learn from each other. Like, we're always learning. That's kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we covered a lot. We'll definitely talk about the ceremony we did
That's
to
on
help
another time.
that man move on to where he needed to go. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, Patty.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Till next time.
Yep.